Funny, he's the unofficial security of the Driving Comedy Show. I want you to make it loud for Patrick Bornhop!
I've sounded like this since I was 7 years old. Trying to live more like Joe Rogan. So, here I am doing stand-up. I joined an MMA gym, and I've been smoking a shit ton of weed. These are all very fun, easy ways to live like Joe Rogan, The hard part, though, is talking to everybody I meet for like 3.5 hours. Now, I'm kind of on a self-improvement kick. I'm trying to cut back on my drinking. But before I decided to just stop drinking so much, I decided to switch to low-carb beer, because I'll blame anything but the alcohol. Yeah, but it's weird. You can't catch a break drinking Michelob Ultra. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. It's ridiculous. My friend was like, look, man, give me one reason to like Michelob Ultra. I was like, dude, I'll give you 2.6. Yeah, look, here's the thing. You can't catch a break drinking Michelob. There's a stigma against it. I'm out in a bar and this guy walks up to me and he's like, what, are you gay? Right? And I was like, hey man, I don't know if you know, but a lot of guys who are homophobic often turn out to be gay themselves. Yeah. And I got him because that douchebag shut his mouth and went right back to making out with his boyfriend. Yeah. I stopped going to that bar, there's never any chicks in it. I get asked if I was picked on as a kid because I had red hair, but I was really lucky. I went to a Catholic school and there were 4 other Irish Catholic redheads in my class. Yeah, no. I was picked on because I was a fat pussy. It had nothing to do with the red hair. I was like 5th on the list of reasons to hate. Yeah. Hell yeah, by the way. Yeah. You can't see. Yeah. She has the condition as well. I have 4 brothers, and I get asked a lot if I'm the only redhead, and it's true. I'm proud to say I'm the only one of my brothers with red hair. But it's weird. My brothers have these good Irish names, right? And like one of them, he's named after this Irish king with like a beautiful mane of red hair, right? In every traditional depiction of him. And then my next brother, his name in ancient, hell yeah. My next brother in every traditional, his name in ancient Irish translates to the son of the man with red hair. Yeah. And then my next brother, his name quite literally translates to the man with red hair. Yeah, but my parents named me Patrick because, to quote my dad, fucking look at it. My last name is Bornhop, which is an American original last name. They made it up when they came over to the Atlantic. And that's cool, but that's not the coolest thing about the Bornhop family. The coolest thing about the Bornhop family is it's full of white dudes whose names would sound better on a black guy, right? Like my youngest brother's legal name is Rodney Emmett Bornhop III. Okay? Yeah. And the most famous guy in the Bornhop family, he was the national champion in bowling in 1985, right? That's like the peak of bowling's popularity. Leroy Bornhop, okay? And the smartest guy in the Bornhop family is the head of the chemistry department at Vanderbilt University, Daryl J. Bornhop. Yeah, the J stands for Jaquan. Look, here's the thing, I want to keep this family tradition going, because I think it's really cool being black on paper. So I've decided I'm going to name my first son Barack Hussein. Yeah, I did grow up Catholic, but looking at me, I don't need to tell you that. But, yeah, no. I was one of those kids that was like so religious that when I first started masturbating, I felt like all my dead relatives were watching. Disgusted and ashamed, as they should be. Yeah, but it's weird. I must have had like a really skewed understanding of the afterlife, because you want to think that everyone you loved who died went to heaven. But if they have to watch you masturbate in the afterlife, they're definitely in hell. That's not even up for debate. Yeah. And like that's not fun to think about because I had a cousin who died at like 17 years old, you know? And I can't imagine he was old enough to do anything that would send him to hell, you know? But I don't know, maybe my parents were right and he should just not have been allowed to watch South Park. It's hard to adjust, you know, growing up devout to this modern society. Like, recently I tried listening to a women's podcast. I didn't know it was illegal. But, yeah, I was listening to this women's podcast. And this woman says that she wouldn't even consider dating a man if he's not at least 6 feet tall with a 6-figure income and a 6-inch penis. Okay? Nobody who fears the Lord fucks with that sequence of numbers. Yeah, so if I ever get a really good job, I'm going to cut my dick off. One of my brothers has autism, right? And I feel obligated to tell people when I mention that my brother has autism, like how autistic he is. But I don't have like academic understanding, so all I can ever really say is like, look, he doesn't exactly eat deodorant, but he tries. And now there's a stick of deodorant. There's a stick of deodorant that I used to wear that we were both really fond of. And when I lived at home, we had this cycle going on. Basically, I would buy a stick, and then at some point he gets a hold of it. I change where I hide my deodorant. Inevitably, you know, the inevitable happens, and the cycle repeats. And I realized the mistake I made is I basically turned this deodorant into like his own personal McRib. Yeah. And I figured that out because one time I came home and I heard him shout from my room, "It's back!" My brother's nonverbal, right? And so he can't talk. And when I was a kid, we'd go out to like restaurants, and you know the waitresses sometimes would like approach him first before anybody else at the table. And my parents would have to be like, "We're sorry, he's nonverbal," you know, with the talking for him. But I think it's kind of funny, you know, to catch somebody in a moment where they like talk, you know. So like the other day we were at Chili's, just me and my brother, you know, hanging out, chopping it up. And we're at Chili's. The waitress walks up to my brother, and before she could even say anything, I just cut her off. I was like, "Hey, don't worry about him, darling. He ain't much for talking." A lot of fun. When I was at Catholic school, I was like the only kid who didn't have a pool in his backyard, right? And that fucked with me a lot. Like, it really, I'd ask my dad, I'd be like, "Dad, can we please just like get a pool?" And he'd be like, "Put in a pool does nothing to the value of your house." Yeah, I was 7 years old. That's not a good excuse, you know. But yeah. But no, here's the thing though. I came to the realization I had something, it's similar. I lived on a hill, and there was this dip in my front yard where it went down from like one house to the next, and you could set up a slip and slide on that dip, right? And when you hit the dip on the slide, you get this quick like in your balls, you know. And I gotta be honest, after that, I wouldn't trade that for a pool. That's it. Do you guys like Caitlin Clark? You excited for Caitlin Clark? Yeah. Are you gonna watch any women's basketball, or are you just kind of excited for? Yeah. Here's the thing. Okay, I don't really care about women's basketball like pretty much every other person in this room, but I will say this: I support Caitlin Clark because it gets down to the core of something, a core American experience, which is getting like just. I get disgustingly excited when a white guy is good at basketball. Like, I can't like my favorite athlete is literally just any white guy with the ball. You know, and it seems to cross gendered lines. It's like, go Caitlin Clark, I'm all about it. Okay, all right. I went on TikTok for the first time recently. I held off for so many years. I was not excited. I was not particularly impressed with what I saw there. But I think I know where they got the name TikTok. That's the sound of everybody waiting for those girls to turn 18. We really should be joking about this stuff.